Alright, so I did decide to install those H11B. I kept saying HB11 in the previous video. It's H11B. I did try to install those H11s with a harness and an adapter into the 2007 Hyundai Entourage, which required H11B for the low beams. And I had problems installing them. The wires are long, and you have to really get creative on tucking the extra wire into the harness, or I'm sorry, into the headlight housings. And there's also a pretty hefty connector that's got to be stashed in that same space as where the wires go. But it does work out. It is possible. If you have to take the light out, though, you've got to dig all that stuff out, and that's going to be a challenge for anybody that's doing this. Now, the pins at the end of the wires that you plug into the lights to plug into your housing, those you shove them in from the back side of the connector instead of the side. So, like if the light was going around like this, and this is going into the side, you don't plug those wires in like that. You plug them in coming in this direction. There's a little spot, and it does fit in there, but it's real loose. The connection's real loose. It kind of snaps, but it's not very tight. So we've had the lights in the car for 2 nights now, and so far so good. They're not flickering. They're not when you hit a bump, they don't go dark on you or anything like that, which honestly in my mind is amazing, because those wires are not fitting in there very tightly. It's a novel idea, but why couldn't they just made H11B formatted bulbs? You know, why couldn't they just do that? Because other people are doing that. But yeah, my experience with Carfax, if you will, not that great. They're selling stuff that they don't have stock in. That delayed the shipment a week, and then you get something that you don't expect, right? I didn't expect the harnesses and stuff that I'd have to deal with. I was expecting something to plug and play, because that's what it said on the website. But to be perfectly fair on it, it is working, and that's really all I could say. And the light is a brighter white. It's the halogens were kind of old, so I'm going to call it a dingy yellowish, because as halogens grow old, the light darkens and yellows, I guess, and it was hard to see driving. And my wife was so mad at me because I, wasn't replacing the bulbs with LEDs. She specifically requested LEDs, and shopping around, the reviews on most LEDs are crap. The reviews on these were better than average, so I went with it. But generally speaking, the quality of the light, I like it better. I see better. I can't say what oncoming traffic thinks of them. I don't know if it's super bright and blinds them or something, but they work, and they are brighter. All right, well, that's it. Yeah, so if you review the video, the previous segments that I recorded, I kept saying either H11 or HB11. It's H11B. Those were the ones I was trying to purchase.